Hello? Hello?
Sorry?
I've never spoken like that to any other human.
Yeah.
It's actually terrible. I did invite a taxi driver in to the studio and he didn't leave for 2 days.
I've actually done that drunk.
No, I'm not.
I invited my delivery driver in once.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'd be like, whoa, that's hot. I've actually never told anyone about this.
This episode is brought to you by FanView, the platform that's changing the game for creators with built-in AI tools that make it easy to connect with your fans. FanView puts you in control of your content, your income, and your community. No algorithms, no risk of shadow bans, no middlemen, just real connection. And, of course, if you want to chat with me one-on-one, send in your bedtime stories, or have your questions answered in my next podcast, sign up to FanView. The link is in the bio. Hi guys, welcome back to Dream On Pod with me, your host Lottie, and today I have a very, very exciting guest. I'm a huge fan of his. It's Yungblud.
Hello, babe. How are you doing?
I'm honestly so gassed to have you on. I'm
excited as well.
I love your music.
Thank you.
And you've just come back on the scene with some new material.
I have.
I feel like it's a very different sound for you. Well, not very different, but it's quite like, it reminds me of like Rolling Stones.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
We really just wanted to make a rock album. You know what I mean? Like, I love rock music. It's like what I grew up on and what I like loved the most. So we was like, we felt like we've had to hide it for a while. You know what I mean? But this album was just like,
because you went quiet for a minute.
Turn the fucking guitars up, you know what I mean? Honestly, I was like, put the lever on.
And it's a 9-minute song, which is crazy.
9 minutes.
Why did you decide to do such a long song?
I don't think we...
Or did it just end up being that long?
Yeah, we didn't wake up and be like, let's make a 9-minute song. It was just like, we were just like, did it. And we were like in the studio and it just kind of kept wanting to go further and further and further. And then by the end, it took a week to make. We were like, shit, man, it's 9 minutes. and then that kind of became a thing. We were like, oh, fuck, sick. And then, we put it out first. Everyone was shitting themselves. So like, 9 minutes in 2025, you crazy? And we were just like, yeah. And yeah, fuck it, man.
I mean, it's worth listening to the whole 9 minutes, though. This is the thing. I listened to it and I was like, do you know what? This is worth the whole 9 minutes.
It's an adventure. And we need
it's
adventure.
A journey.
It is a journey. It is a fucking journey.
So I can't wait to hear the actual rest of the album. When is the album coming out? Tell us about it.
It's coming out like mid this year. It's coming out like around June. We haven't set a full date yet. But it's coming imminently, and I think like when we're talking about like it being an adventure, the whole record is we wanted to make something that was like old school in terms of that you would listen to the thing start to finish, and it's a full on journey. That's the tour's gonna like go with it. It's pretty mental. I'm really proud of it, to be honest. It's the best thing we've ever made, so it's gonna be sick.
Are there any songs inspired by specific life events, do you think?
I think all of it's about a life event. I really think this album's like, I really had to kind of make it for myself. I think at the end of the last record, I found myself pretty lost. I felt like I'd kind of repeated myself a little bit. And I think like that was because we didn't really have time to make albums in between touring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like album tour, and then you kind of don't really live.
I feel like as a musician as well, when you start making music in a certain like genre or a certain like style, they kind of just expect that's kind of what you're just expected to do.
Yeah, and
it's very difficult to like transfer into anything else as well, especially when you've kind of found your sound and that's what like the fans want and that's what they love.
It was very much like that. It was kind of like I think obviously I just turned 27, so that's...
Oh my God, 27 clubs. Hey,
yes! It was like, that was kind of looming over my head, and I think like when you kind of become a staple of youth, you either like do three things, don't you? You like either die, or you become a pastiche.
You either go up or down.
Yeah,
you know
literally. And I think like with this point, we really just had to make something that was like just full of like emotion and life and really adherent to where we're going instead of kind of what people expect. So I think the whole record is such a journey, and I made it with my family.
Did you?
Do you know what I mean? I went back to the north.
That's crazy.
And I made it with like the producer who did my first record when I was like 17 with me. I'm a guitar player, and I think the beautiful thing when you make something with family is they just want the truth.
Yeah. And it feels like it's almost like at your roots as well. It
Yeah.
feels like very stripped back, very like where you actually get from, who you actually are.
High, don't we? You know what I mean? Like, I think like,
and in your early 20s especially, you're a very different person. I feel like you just like are trying to fit in. You're trying to like, you know, you don't really know who you are. And then you kind of hit like 26, 27 and you're like, oh wait, I'm me again. Yeah.
And I think like when you kind of do this thing and you kind of get thrown into the public eye, you'll notice like everyone tells your story for you and you lose control. And like you make something like, when you make your first album, you make it for yourself and you have no one is listening to you, no one cares.
Yeah.
So you gotta make this thing for yourself, and then people like find it and it gets big, and then the whole fucking evil eye of like the mainstream finds it, and everyone has something to say about you, and you become insecure about things that you didn't even know about yourself. You're like,
but it must be nice being able to tell the story like as a musician. Like I have no musical talent whatsoever. I mean, except for when I'm in the shower.
Yeah. The vibes though.
This is the thing. I feel like I'm like my sister. I give rockstar, but I'm not. But yeah, no. But it must be so nice being able to tell that story through music instead of having to explain yourself.
100%. And I think like that's why you got to make it with the people that just want the truth out of you, because it's like when you make it some shit in like LA or like London, everyone just like wants a hit. So everyone's like, oh, that's really good, even if it's like mediocre.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when you make it with your family, they're like, nah, I don't believe you. You got to go deeper. You got to go deeper.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, it's scary, man. Like, I never thought the love of my life would be like a 55-year-old. But he is. He's my producer.
Oh.
And he started this thing with me.
I thought you just met him and just invited him in. And
oh, yeah, I just met him in the street.
Do you want to make an album? Or?
Yeah, get in there, man. No, to be honest, there was some mad experience where I was like, I did invite a taxi driver in to the studio and he didn't leave for 2 days.
I've actually done that drunk.
No, I'm not.
I invited my delivery driver in once.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was on the phone and it was like, misses at like 4 a.m. that night.
He leave for 2 days?
Let me contextualise it, right?
This. I think we need
I went to my mum's house, because I made the album in the north, and my mum was like, will you come round for a Sunday roast? You've been here for weeks and you've not been round. Like, I was like, all right, come on. So I went for a roast dinner, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to get a taxi back. Called a taxi. This guy picked me up. I think he was called Neil. I can't remember. Neil, right? Proper northern guy. So I'm in the taxi and we start talking about music and he loves U2. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? He's like a little bit older demographic, trying to get that vibe. And I'm like, yo, do you want to come in for a cup of tea? Which you definitely want a cup of tea. You know what I mean? I was like, you want to come in for a cup of tea? And he was like, yeah, I'll come in for a cup of tea. And we start playing the music. And he really likes it. So then we start like drinking together, and like I work through the night, so we're doing whatever we're doing at night time, you know what I mean? And he's on the phone to his wife and he's like, I'm not coming home tonight, babe. And she's like really concerned, like, what do you mean, Neil? What do you mean you're not coming home? He's like, listen, I'm in the recording studio with a guy called Yungblud. I had no idea who I was. And he's like, I'm in the studio with a guy called Yungblud. And he keeps saying it like that. And she's like really distraught, like he's run off with a woman or something. And she's like, what do you mean, Neil? And he didn't leave for like 2 days.
She's like, so you're not coming home for dinner then?
Nah, honestly. And he just kind of vibed out with us for 2 days. And he was a good lad. I
mean, to be fair, it's quite a good way to like get like other people's opinions on your music as well.
Yeah,
you should just start inviting people and be like, what do you think of this?
I am into that a little bit. Like I do invite like if someone brings a Chinese takeaway, I'm like, do you want a cup of tea? And everyone finds that weird.
That's quite a northern thing though, isn't it?
My mum used to do that as a kid. She'd be like, do you want a cup of tea? And my dad's like, what the fuck are you inviting a takeaway guy in for? And my mum's like, come have a cup of tea. I'm like, whatever, all right, get it from my mother.
So you're very known for speaking your mind, especially in publicly and in the media. Have you learned not to let backlash and the comments affect you, or do you think it like gets to you? I think
with this record, I found a strength that I had when I was like 19. You know, when you're like 19 and bratty and gobby, you don't care. And I feel like again, it's so interesting when people leave comments without consequence, because you don't think there's a person at the other end of that phone, you know? And I don't think I realised how much it affected me until I made this record, you know what I mean? But I learn like.
Do you care what people say? Like, I really don't care anymore. I've gotten to. I've reached that point.
I used to, but then you realise that it's not within your control what anyone thinks about you. I think if anyone in this life says something negative towards you, the only way that the biggest thing you can do is give them that power in a response. The only control over that situation you have is if you allow them to get to you. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can say anything about you, but like it's ultimately like your superpower and your power. You just got to hold it yourself. And like if you let it affect you, then they win, don't they?
This is the thing, and I think as well you have so many, like, I love watching on TikTok like your fan interactions. I think that you're so sweet with your fans, because it must be like weird having such a backlash and then having such like
I like it, but I think you got to learn to like.
I mean, everyone gets,
because it's like you just got to see it. Like social media is not real. It's like a video game. So now you just kind of got to lean into pissing people off more. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, is that pissing people off? We should do that more.
Yeah. It does well when you
get people. Yeah, just get rile them up, man. Ride the tiger.
Is it weird though? Do you think like having so many people like know so much about you? I find that weird sometimes. Like when I come off TV shows and I'm like, why does everyone know all these things about me?
Yeah, I think it's a bit strange, innit? When like what's weird is like sometimes videos go on the internet that you have no idea about, and obviously like with TikTok and everything, it's like democratic. Someone's like, oh, you did that thing in Paris 3 days ago. I'm like you were in a toilet in Paris 3 days ago. And I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, probably, was that? And it's like, yeah, I saw it on TikTok. I'm like, fucking hell, I don't remember that.
TikTok is like insane, the amount of videos that come up of people like...
It's off its head, isn't it?
Yeah, it is crazy.
And it's like...
There's a lot of moments that you think that they definitely didn't know that was being filmed. That definitely was...
Yeah, like there's been some mad fucking... Yeah, I'm like...
Do you have anything out there that you're like, oh my God, that was hellish? Like any like headlines or anything? Because I've got a few, so I'm like...
fucking loads of shit.
What's the craziest thing you've heard about yourself?
Oh, bro, I remember fucking once upon a time, I had a dick pic in Billboard Magazine by accident.
Sorry?
I've actually never told anyone about this.
Oh my God, tell me.
And I find it really funny, but everyone's like...
Wait, was it full...
Nah, bro, it's like I was literally fucking at Coachella, stood next to Billie Eilish. I'm telling you, by accident, right? So here's the story. I wear leather pants.
I can see.
Obviously, right? Yeah. And often I don't wear underwear. Sometimes I just don't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whatever. I like leather.
Doesn't that get like, not to be like too crude, but doesn't that get quite sweaty?
Nah, but I've got like loads of leather pants, and you just fucking do the thing. Go to the dry cleaners, hang them outside, whatever. I've got loads of leather pants, like, because I like a little bit of bum crack coming out, or a little bit of my hips. You know what I mean? So you don't. You got to do the thing. Yeah. So right, I'm at Coachella and it's fucking hot in leather pants. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, and then like for hygiene's sake, I'm like, I can't wear leather pants. It's like, it's gonna be fucking chaos down there.
It's gonna be water coming out of it.
So I get some shorts and I go to a record label party. Right, I'm going to my party from my record label, and everyone's there, like loads of artists are there, just doing the record label thing. And I've changed my shorts, but I've not got any underwear on. And I'm just like, all right, okay, I've got to be careful here because I've got like fucking shorts on. Someone's like, yo, Billy, Yungblud, get together. I'm like, oh, hello, Billy, what's happening? And like, Billy's like a legend, whatever, we know each other.
Icon.
We're in the same level. And she's got these big fucking furry pants on. And I'm like, fuck, man, I should have stuck to my leathers because she's in furry pants and I'm in shorts. For some fucking reason, right, they're like, yo, take a picture. And I bend down to take a picture. And I'm like 19 years old. Like, yo. And my knob falls down the side of my leg. Because that's just what happened. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, if you like... I don't mean to... I don't know how to say it, but like, sometimes I rest my penis on one side of my leg because that's just how it is in life.
That is hilarious.
And I'm at my record company's party, so I'm like,
I mean,
right...
it's got to go down one side. It can't go in the middle, do you know what I mean?
I agree, but what I'm saying to you is this. A photographer's taking a picture of me at a party. How the fuck did it go from the party to in print in Billboard Magazine? It's gone through like 3 boardrooms, and how has someone not gone, hang on a sec, his fucking knob's down the side of his leg, and then it came out and it's on the internet, right? And I find it fucking hilarious, but everyone's in like meltdown, like, oh my God, oh,
the PR team was like,
terrible, this is terrible. And no, not the PR team, I'll tell you the PR team. So I called my publicist up, Dennis, and he's an American guy, used to do like Nirvana and everything. He's like, I'm like, Dennis, everyone's freaking out. He's like, dude, this is fucking brilliant. This is fucking awesome. And I found it funny. And my girlfriend at the time was like quite a notable pop star. And she was freaking out. She was like, this is so embarrassing. And then I found out apparently it's in Benny Blanco's house, framed. Someone told me that.
That's fucking great.
Someone said he's got it
Benny
framed.
Blanco is amazing, though. He's such a sweet guy.
You just got to, like, honestly, I think in this life, I look back on that and I think it's funny.
Yeah.
So that is probably a period in my life that, I had a dick pic in
It's quite
Billboard.
rock and roll, though. Do you know what I mean? It's giving like Tommy Lee. It's like,
just
it's a
fucking,
vibe.
honestly, I think you've got to have a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny.
I mean, I've got naked pictures online. Do you know what I mean? You might as well.
My vibe, and it is the most unflattering, fucking hilarious thing that I'm actually really glad it happened.
I'm actually still obsessed with the fact that it's in Benny Blanco's house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Someone
Have you
told me
spoken
that.
to him about that?
I ain't told him about that.
Crazy.
I've not spoken to him about that. I would like to find out if that's bollocks or if that's true.
No, but Benny Blanco is like that. Like
he's a funny motherfucker.
He's a funny guy.
That's
He gets shit like that. He would think
the
that's
world,
really...
the world went mad, and like I'm glad for people like Benny Blanco. Sometimes.
Do you know what? I love that he's getting the press that he deserves. He's getting his moment. Do you know what I mean?
I like Benny
because I met him years ago because he used to date a friend of mine, and I didn't really know who he was at this time because he got everyone in the music industry knows who he is. Like back then as well. And I went to Coachella and I went to a party. It was a pizza slime party, and I ended up sitting on a pizza slice with him and chatting with him for like an hour. And then ages later, I was like, oh my god, Benny Blanco. Like my friend was like, oh yeah, he's rich and he's got this, he does this, and I was thinking, yeah, sick producer. I mean, he made Teenage Dream.
Cutie pie.
Yeah, really cool.
Cutie pie. Pizza pie.
Anyway, we're going to move on to slightly more...
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, come on.
Not dicks.
Not dicks. We're going to move on from dicks. Are you single at the moment? What was your last relationship? What happened?
I mean, she is still the love of my life.
Yeah.
She's my best friend.
Oh.
In the entire world and the greatest person I've ever met. But I think it's such a strange one. I've actually been waiting out this. I've not really spoken about this either. I think for this album, and we kind of got to a point where I think it takes immense courage to say that you both need time apart to kind of grow. And I really think I was blessed to be in her orbit, and to kind of to I don't know, to love her, and I will do for the rest of my life. And I think we have a love story, and I think if there's gonna be, I think we did it for the sake of like I wanna get married and have babies, man. You know what I mean? But I think for this time in my life, I needed to learn a lot more about myself, and I needed to go on a little bit of a journey with myself. Not for any other reason that I want to be a better brother, I want to be a better son, I want to be a better man. I want to, I think I owe that to myself, and I owe that to her as well.
I think that's a very mature way of looking at it, honestly.
Yeah, I really think I was really lost, and I really kind of was blaming everyone else. And I think when you're not there, you blame other people. When you're almost there, you blame yourself. And when you're there, you don't blame anything. I think, and I just got to do that, I think... I don't think, I got her on my arm.
That's crazy.
Actually, yeah, she's beautiful. And
wow.
I don't know,
that is
when
amazing.
I'm in bed, I give her a kiss every night. But yeah, I am.
That's true romance. I've never had a guy do that for me.
I think I love her, and she's on my skin, and I think, yeah, we'll see. I've never spoken about it, so it sounds a bit awkward, but yeah, it's, I think I'm always, I think I'm on a journey, and I love life. I marvel at it, and I want to see where it ends up.
Yeah,
it's cool.
You've got to be like yourself before you're with someone else. I think as well. Sometimes
I think she's so fucking magic that
you want to be like the best version of yourself for that person.
Yeah,
sometimes you know what I mean.
I think I want to be the best version of myself for myself.
Yeah,
I think ultimately for her. So. We speak every Sunday.
Every Sunday?
Still, yeah.
On Sundays? It's like God's day.
Yeah, I look forward to it, every Sunday. So we'll see what happens. But at the minute, yes, I am. But
are you dating? Or
no, I think ultimately, I think like I really, again, man, with this album, I really needed to go on a period of like self-discovery and self-reflection in the name of like fucking life, you know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy, but like I was pretty lost. I was pretty lost, and I think like in this life we kind of condition ourselves to hide, because if you really show who you are to the
it's
world,
fucking terrifying, isn't it?
yeah, if you really show who you are to the world and people don't like it, it's almost like the biggest trauma.
It's so true.
And I don't want to hide, and I was hiding for a while, and it was a me problem in every relationship that I was having. And I really think even kind of I've been making this album for 4 years, but in the time span of kind of committing to it and finishing it, I've grown up so much, and I'm navigating a lot, and I'm fucking feeling a lot, even if it's like good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there's lessons in everything. There's more lessons in pain, and I think don't hide from it. I think live in every fucking aspect.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm like kind of not. I'm just living it every fucking day.
It's a new way to like, I mean, go through emotions. That's why I think when you're younger, you so badly don't want to feel these emotions. You don't want to like, you know, you're so scared of it. You're like, run away. And I recently had a breakup where I felt all of the emotions of it, and I didn't go out and get drunk. I literally just sat at home and like cried.
Yeah, feel everything.
And I was like, do you know what? It wasn't that bad actually.
You actually learn to appreciate
why have I been running for this long?
You learn to know yourself a lot more. I think like it's so weird for us to not know ourselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of us kind of, when you learn something about yourself, we all feel like we're finished. We're a finished story.
Yeah.
You ain't ever fucking finished.
No, literally.
And every experience you encounter, even if that's like a bit of kindness or a bit of pain or even someone being a cunt, you'll learn something. And I'm 100%. Like, I think like...
I think when you're younger, you think it's all like punishments. All these things happen. So you're like, oh, this has happened because I wasn't a good person, or this happened because of this. And then you're actually like, do you know what? All of those bad things that happened to me, all of the good things that happened, it was all for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything that happened to me in the past, I'm like, do you know what? I'm really glad all of that happened. I'm really glad I dated those shit guys and met that shit person, and that person fucked me over, because now I'm this person. I'm much stronger.
And you can carry it with you. Do you know what? Someone came up to me in a pub once, and I'll never forget, because I still feel like I've been hit in the stomach. And someone came up to me in a Royal Oak on Columbia Road in East London. You know that pub, right? They came up to me and they were just like, I think you're fucking shit. And I think...
That's fucked up.
And I remember, because they saw me. And you kind of, you know when you let someone steal your eyes? Right, I say that, like, I always say stealing your eyes is such a scary thing, because when you let someone steal the emotion, and I think about that guy often, and I didn't really know how to respond, because I was like 22 at the time, and I would think about that a lot. But I'm so grateful for that experience, because it taught me self-worth, and it taught me that there is more lessons in the fucking bullshit than I would ever allow myself to feel before that moment. And I kind of think, if that happened again, how would I deal with it? And I think I'd be a lot better, because I grew up 5 years in that moment.
Yeah. What did you say in that moment? Like, what?
I can't remember. I think I think, because a lot of people, like, for me, like, a lot of people don't, like, they see me as gobby and out there and loud, but I'm actually extremely... I wear everything, every emotion on my sleeve. So I can't... you know what? I wish I was a fucking Britpop legend. I wish I was like one of the Gallaghers, where I could have a fucking... I could have a fucking chatty answer, but I'm not. I'm a lot more emotional than that. Yeah. So I think I probably was like, oh... But
do you feel like that maybe
that's your opinion or some shit?
Maybe like...
It was
maybe
a front.
The character.
Yeah, it was completely. Yeah. And I think like with it all, it's like, I think what's cool is, I probably was like emotionally affected by it. And I think like back then I wouldn't have wanted to be, but I think that's cool as fuck. Like, I love it when people are just real and raw, because I'm like, I think that's the most beautiful thing, because it's like...
But I think it also makes it makes a difference how you feel about yourself as well, because that kind of thing doesn't really affect
But that
you.
was a mental...
When you feel really good about yourself and someone says, like, I've got these people in line that will say something and I just go, but I don't believe it because I'm not. That's not who I am, and that's not what I look like, and that's not...
That's
you know what I mean?
But when you're young, man... and
when you're young, oh my God, anything that anyone says
when you're
is
young,
like...
and people don't like... it's such quite a British thing as well. People don't like positivity.
They don't like people who like themselves.
They just don't. Yeah, they don't. It's like, it's kind of like, why are you fucking so happy?
Yeah.
Or why are you fucking smiling? Which I don't like.
No, but it's people that also just don't like themselves. So they see other people that are so confident in who they are and putting it out there, and they go, oh, why is that not me? So then they get angry at them for it, you know?
But I think the coolest thing about that is that's why I get up every day. I'm like, I want to build a space where positivity can happen, because I love it when, I think with like the festival and Yungblud and the kind of space that we're creating is like, I love it when people feel seen and when people connect with each other. And honestly, like, there was this fucking moment, and I'll never forget it. I was like, this like little girl and her dad came to a show, and they lost their mum years before, and the dad told me in a meet and greet that they couldn't find anything in common because the mum and the daughter were so close, but when they lost her, and they found something in common through this community, and like shit like that is what blows my fucking mind. That because when I'm on stage every night, I get to watch a show as well as everyone else who's at the thing, and experiences like that where people can see each other and find something in common, even if you're father and daughter, you know what I mean? It's just like magic, and I think that's just dope as fuck. Like, people are cool.
Yeah, how is the festival? Because obviously you had your first year.
Gotta come this year.
Do you know what? Because I was invited last year and I couldn't come.
You know, if you're around,
I would love to. I would love to come.
It was so sick. Like, I love.
It looked amazing, and I mean the acts were incredible.
Yeah, it's all about the sense of community, and I think we're doing something different. I feel like music has become such a thing of privilege, and like festivals and gigs are so fucking expensive and not adherent to the times we're actually living in, that we were like, we can obviously do the biggest thing of our life, but we can do it for the right reason and bring artists together for the right reason. And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It was epic.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I really...
Did it go well? Because obviously putting on something like that, there's always... I mean, and especially when it's your name on it, it's so many things that you think, oh God.
People didn't back us at the beginning of it because, I don't know, I don't think corporations want something like that to work. Because I think if we work, then people have got to think about lowering tickets, etc., etc. So... obviously, not a lot of people wanted to back us on it, but it was epic, man, and it really made me fall in love with. At the end of my last album, I was kind of having problems with my name because it had got so boxed in, and Yungblud had become such a polarizing name. People either loved it or hated it, and I kind of ran out of gas in terms of the first iteration of what that was.
Yeah.
And it kind of spurred on the album I just made and the festival we started, because the one thing I realised when I walked out, I was like, oh, this has become so much bigger than us. And there were obviously like kids going mental, but there were mums, there were dads, there were grands, there were like, everyone was there together. I was like the Yungblud grands, man, you know what I mean? And everyone was there together, and it had become ours. Like, it wasn't me anymore. Like, Dom was existing within Yungblud in the same way that all these people were, and it made me fall in love with my name again.
Yeah.
And it made me find a new trajectory for my name again, and it became so much bigger than an association to a character. It became an association to an idea and a movement and a culture, and that was fucking cool. You know what I mean? When you can reclaim your own name, that
But also you have to remember there are
nuts.
so many people that like everyone's going to have people that just aren't into it. Do you know what I mean? There are so many. Everyone has that. Do you know what I mean? But then when you put on something like that, it was probably amazing to see how many people it's doing such good things for.
It was,
and in that instance of like, there's so many people there. Do you know what I mean? It's like normally you bump into fans and stuff, but not on that scale where there's like a whole stadium full of.
And I was there with my guitar player. We've been together since the beginning, and we like fucking me, my guitarist, and my drummer lived in a 2 fucking bedroom flat in Clapham South. Where Adam was in the living room. So if ever I was coming in the morning, he had a girl in his room. I'd be like, "Sorry, morning, can I get food?" And we like looked at each other, and there's like a fucking stadium full of people, and we're like, "What the fuck has just happened?"
That must be such a surreal. What did you actually have one of those moments where you had like an I made it moment?
Cried me fucking eye, honestly. Because the thing about it is, right, when you go on stage, it's such an inhuman experience. Yeah. So you've got to kind of like have 30% of your guard up, or like 40% of your guard up, because you kind of like can't reflect on what the fuck's happening to you. You gotta go like stay in the zone and be like, right, we're on stage, we're gonna fucking put on a show. And I remember like my mum was there and my family was there, and there's this like, we had strings orchestra on stage for the first time, and strings just make you fucking emotional, don't they? So I'm like, I'm looking out on the crowd, I'm like, and in my head I'm like this is,
so aware of
honestly, I was like, this is all I've ever wanted to do. And I said that on the microphone. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I've just said everything. And then I let my guard down, and then my emotions came over, and I'm like crying me fucking eyes out. And I'm like, shit, pull it together, man.
Like, they know my secret now.
I was like, fuck. And I'm like weeping on stage. And I just couldn't believe it. And then I had to kind of put the wall up again, because I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah. It was.
You were like, actually, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was fully just like, but it was fucking beautiful, because like, you think something, it falls out your mouth. My thought process was like, oh my God, what a thing. Shit, I just said it. Fuck. Everyone knows I just said it. But now I let my guard out. Now I'm crying and now I'm vibing. But everyone loved it. And my mum was like,
people want to see that though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my mum said something cute after the gig. She was like, it felt like I was looking at a 3-year-old you. So obviously my mum's known me when I've proper like quivering lip, like kind of vibes. You know what I mean? And she was like, I look like you look like a baby. I was like, oh, cool. Rock and roll, man.
No, because it is that like childhood sense of like, oh my God, this is all I've ever wanted.
Honestly,
you know, when you're like a baby doing like playing the little guitar in your room and pretending with like a hairbrush like on a microphone.
100%. I had a fake guitar like 2 years old, and I was like, and it was on my tongue like this.
We're gonna go into a quick fire round right now, guys.
Okay, I'm into it.
Okay, what's the weirdest place you've had sex?
Oh fuck, weirdest place I've had sex? Back of a Ben and Jerry's van. Outside, yeah.
Love that.
It was on. When it's on, it's on.
Are you in the Mile High Club?
Yes.
I feel like I've never had sex in any like interesting fun places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I honestly think like a train bathroom is like honestly my most interesting.
Wow, that's proper English.
That's proper English, isn't it?
It's a Northern Line service too, fucking.
No, seriously. And it was what, you know those toilets that it goes like that? It goes like, you know, the door goes really slow.
To be honest, I'm into the danger of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they're like computerized. Yeah. I will never forget. I got on a train.
You're mid that and it's just like halfway opening. Yeah.
Kind of a vibe, to be honest.
Quite funny.
I'm into that.
There is some danger in that, isn't there?
There was honestly, I went on a train once. Fucking hell. Because they always malfunction. Like, never get in to a fucking computerized door toilet. Because, like, you'd be fucking like there with your trousers around your ankles, just like, ah! And honestly, I saw it. I felt so bad for this woman. Like, people were queuing up for the toilet.
No.
And she was having a piss. And it opened and she was like,
no.
She was like, no. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck, love. I was like, fucking second hand, just like, honestly, I think that probably, like, she had to see a therapist after that.
Oh, that's traumatizing.
Categorically,
I would move countries because of that, because of the thought of seeing any of those people ever again.
She definitely fucking had to see a therapist after that, telling you.
That's traumatizing, actually.
Not ideal.
Do you ever slide into anyone's DMs?
Occasionally, not really. You never see it. There's no point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're like looking through your top section, which is just like
the top section.
Do you know, like if you got on, like someone's like, if you go into your DMs, then you got to like look at the fucking verified people, and I just feel weird doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you ever get scared that someone's gonna like screenshot it and put it somewhere? Right? Has it happened?
Nah. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna say?
And then TikTok the next day.
and then
Oh my God,
someone's
you haven't
like,
answered
yo,
my
so,
DMs.
like, what a loser. You know what I mean? No, I don't slide in.
Do you have any major icks?
Yeah, like smelling bad. I think. Just, yeah, like Murray Mint or like perfume. Don't like bad smells.
Fair. All right. Given the chance of anyone in the world, who would you want as your dinner guest? We're going to switch it up from the sexual questions.
Dinner guest. Oh, fucking hell.
Dead or alive, babes?
Bowie, 100%.
Yeah.
That would just to like be educated. I'd be like, right, the meaning of life, go. And he'd just probably fucking nail it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even have to think. He'd be like, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Amy Winehouse could be a fucking...
I always say her.
That'd be a fucking such a sick vibe.
Yeah.
But then probably fucking someone like Stephen Fry or some shit. That'd be dope. I got loads. Honestly, honestly, if I'm on a flight, I probably think about this all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Or someone weird. I don't know. Someone fucking... Yeah. Go on, next question.
Next question. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say?
No.
No.
I just fucking like the vibe. Dive straight in. My grandma used to have a posh telephone voice. She's like, oh, hello, I'm Julia. When she speaks like this in real life, I'm like, what the fuck, Nan? She was just like, hello.
I definitely do. I feel like everyone does that.
Have
I put on like a voice.
phone voice.
Yeah, I've got a phone
Do
voice.
you turn it on?
Yeah, because I don't know what
Right,
it
go on
is.
then. Right, yo,
I'm like,
ring.
This week's top fan view earner is Poppy Louise, who made 6 figures in their first 6 months on FanView. You have smashed it.
Ring.
Hi. Hey, how are you doing?
I'd be like, whoa, that's hot. I'd be like, who the fuck is that? I'm down. I'm into that. I'm like, hello? Hello?
You sound like you're trying to hear them.
No.
Hello?
To be honest, I'm like, all right. I am a bit deaf, to be honest.
Really?
So that's why I speak loud.
Everyone I speak loud because I've got ADHD.
Yeah, fair. But everyone always doesn't like that I'm loud. But it's because
people don't like people that are loud.
I can't really fucking hear that much.
I feel like you've not been that loud, but I feel like I'm really loud, so maybe we're dragging.
I think we're counting out. Like,
I'm surprised we've not ended up shouting
crying.
at the end.
Headphones on, she's just crying over there like...
She's going to be deaf by the end of this podcast, you know what I mean?
I'm into it.
What do you most value in a friendship? That's a cute one.
Loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Utter 100% loyalty.
We have a mutual friend.
Who?
MGK.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
He's a geezer. I didn't know you know
I
him.
love him, yeah.
I love him, man.
He's very sweet.
You know what? Like, we are mad fuckers, me and him, and
I can imagine he's crazy.
People don't give him enough credit, I don't think. I think, like, he's just a fucking sound guy who makes what he wants, does what he wants. And I am really grateful for that friendship. You know,
he's a very, very sweet guy.
He's honestly deep down.
We knew each other like years ago, and I saw him recently, and I was like, and he was just so sweet. He was like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Like, he's just such a nice...
Extremely misunderstood.
Yeah, very misunderstood
I
as
think,
well.
honestly, like...
Do you think you find solace in a friendship like that because you feel sometimes misunderstood as well? So it's quite...
I feel like with me and him, we're completely different. Yeah. Yet we met each other, and I don't know, man. We've almost had kind of a little bit of turbulence at times because you know what I mean. The music industry's a fucked up place, especially for like kind of if you're in fucking rock bands together, and people have played us off against each other in the past a lot, and that's led us to kind of have turbulence sometimes. But you know what? Like when he's watching this, it's like, I love you, man, and I think like really proud of the way he's navigated everything and navigated the storm, and yeah, I think I love him, and he's extremely misunderstood, and he's a brilliant musician.
I love your song together.
Yeah, that was a vibe,
Good song, yeah.
And that happened. Honestly, that song was very...
Well, you've got multiple songs together.
Multiple. That first one was a moment because we didn't expect anything. We were like, let's hang out. He hit me up. Went to his house. It was written in 15 minutes. We put it out. And now it's like 3 times platinum in America.
That's crazy.
And everyone kind of, it was such a strange one again because we were just making shit we loved. And then everyone kind of put pressure on that. And that's such a hard thing because you don't expect anything. And when expectation gets placed upon you, we were just making shit we love. You know what I mean? And it was a good moment. And I think like something happened out of thin air that like hit magic. That's cool, man.
Do you have anyone that stands out to you as like your favourite person that you've ever worked with? that made music with.
Wow.
Because sometimes it's just like I know a few musicians, and it's very easy sometimes with certain people just to make really good music.
I feel like Matty, my producer, definitely, like, because he's just my soulmate, and it's just like, I just love him, but we're so aggressive to each other. I've never spoken like that to any other human.
Yeah.
It's actually terrible. The way we talk to each other, it's disgusting. I'm like, honestly, I watched some of the films back, and I'm like, how can you be that graphically hateful to each other? It's like, the first thing we suggest an idea, I'm like, no, why the fuck would you? And I'm like going in on him, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. But Matty always says about me, he's like, it's all heart with Dom.
Yeah.
Just because he wants it to fucking
to
go.
work, yeah.
To work. He's like, if it was like, if he was a cunt, like truly a cunt, then I'd never work with him again. But then Matty, because he's old, he said if I met him at the same age, we would not be friends. But now, because he's older than me, he kind of gets to like...
Maybe he sees a little bit of you in him.
But it's fucking graphic. It's like a war zone. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, how the fuck can two people talk to each other like that? And yet, like, create something so intimate.
Yeah. Right, so the first one. My boyfriend's ex has been watching my Insta stories religiously for about 6 months now. She's literally always like one of the first people to view it, even though she doesn't follow me. I'm starting to get pissed off and wonder if she's ever going to stop. Do I confront her over DMs or just leave it as her being nosy?
Ooh, right. So that's her boyfriend's ex is looking at her stories.
Yeah, her boyfriend's ex.
Oh wow, I don't think that's that.
I'm like, that's me. I do.
Yeah, I don't. Do you know what? Do you want to truly know what I think? I think she is probably quite shocked at like someone spending their life like she knows that guy. He's spending his life with you. So she's trying to figure out what's up with you. I don't know if it's like malicious. I think it's
definitely not.
It's probably just like, oh, who are you? And I bet you'd be quite good friends.
Honestly, sometimes. But do you know, I feel like I always look at my ex's stories. I'm not even interested. It's just like I like to see what's going on.
Yeah, and
like, even from years.
Or it's probably competitive. It's like, is their time better than ours?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Oh wow, they're into like
just
fucking.
Sure
they go to museums. We never went to museums. Why the fuck didn't we go to museums? Fuck, we should have gone to museums.
Why are they in Greece together? We never went there.
Yeah, it's like, fucking hell, we went to Italy. Why are they going to Greece? Fucking hell. That's what it probably is.
Yeah, it's just how being
more intrigue. Yeah, don't deep it.
All right, next one. I met this super hot, funny, charismatic guy at a bar the other week.
Love it.
And we swapped Instas. Problem is, I literally broke up with my ex 2 weeks ago. I don't want to look like I'm rebounding or just relationship jumping, but this is just what happened out of nowhere. We have lots of shared friends and worried they'll tell him or judge me if I started dating already.
Fucking, for me, man, live life.
Do you know what I mean?
Go down a rabbit hole. Go down a rabbit hole. Go fucking see the Mad Hatter and fucking just like, I think just fucking...
Wait, Love and Alice in Wonderland restaurant.
Love and Alice. I'm telling you, we're all mad here, Alice. Yeah. But my vibe is just like, experience it. Do not, like, you're either going to fucking get married and have loads of babies, or you're going to fucking have a one night stand and it's never going to happen again. Or you're going to go on a date and be like, this fuck is boring.
Yeah.
So, like, just ride the tiger.
Have fun with it, do you know what I mean?
Ride the tiger, slay the dragon pussy, do the
I think sometimes sometimes the things you don't think you want is actually what you needed all along.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
So profound. I'm into it.
I was trying.
Sorry, me, I was like, ride the tiger, slay the dragon pussy, and you're like, some fucking profound statement.
I feel like you've been quite profound today, then. I need to get something in there. You know what I mean?
Go on. Dress.
What's the best way to let a guy down when you're just not feeling it? Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's lovely and pays for stuff. There's just no... He's lovely and pays for stuff is crazy.
He's lovely and
pays for stuff, isn't it?
I just don't like it.
There's just no spark. Do you have an excuse, or is honesty just the best policy? I think honesty is best policy. I think just like, I'm just not feeling it.
Do you know what, right? You can either deep it and just be like brutally cutthroat, or just do something fucking fun. Like, do a flash mob and be like, I am not into you.
Get a mariachi band.
I'd be like, yeah, mariachi band. It's like, she doesn't love you. And I'd be like, all right, fucking fair. Thanks for the effort. I'd be like, yo, you know what? This fucking girl let me down.
You do it in an extravagant way. What are they going to say? Do you know what I mean?
In it, man.
Can't
like,
be angry.
This girl let me down. Like, yeah, you can't like be like, fuck you to the mariachi band. They'd be like, what? Well, fuck you, dude. We're just getting paid, man. Yeah, 100%. I think like, yeah, honesty. Just say it. Like, no. That's the vibe, man. You can't, like, it might hurt, but what's the other person going to say? Be like, well, fair.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. Can you imagine? But I love you. Oof. Can't,
Well,
yeah,
that shit
fuck.
sucks then.
Yeah, the mariachi band just stood there like, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Imagine just have a mental breakdown in
And
front of
after
them.
all.
Right, well, I think we should wrap it up there
Yeah,
then.
sorry. Chima, sing for the year.
That's going to be the outro. That's going to be the outro.
I forgot the lyrics in the next line. That's why I sing it.
Well, don't worry, we'll put the song over it. Just lip sync it.
That was fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Yungblud, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And remember to keep putting 5 stars and like and subscribe.
Subscribe, man.